Hello friends, welcome to GCA. Hope you all are doing good. So today the video is regarding internal security challenges of India. And I have seen this topic in GD also, like it was one of the lead. For example, the topic was which is the biggest challenge that India is facing today? Is it the internal security challenges or external security challenges? And along with this is also an important lecture topic. And this question can also be asked in personal interview. For example, tell me the internal security challenges that India is facing today. So I will try to keep the information as short as possible. And before this, I have made a number of videos regarding SSB topics, including the India's relationship with various countries. And if you want to watch these videos, the link is available in the I button. Like always, the video will be in crisp form. So again, without wasting any time, let us start. So let us first discuss what are these internal security challenges. So internal security challenges are the challenges that are directed against state citizens or the organs and the infrastructure of the state, and these may range from petty crime and the serious organized crime, then the political or industrial unrest. Now the foreign powers, they also play a major role in creating trouble in another country through the proxy war, which Pakistan is creating in India from last many years. Our country is facing a lot of internal challenges since independence, and there are a number of reasons behind this. The primary reason is overpopulation, because our population is increasing day by day, but the resources available are limited, and also the trust level between communities, they are getting diminished day by day because of self-centric mindset, and also the law enforcement agencies at the grassroots level, they are ill-equipped, ill-trained, and they have limited motivation. And similarly, the policies and the organizations to counter terrorism, both at the center as well at the state level, they need major reforms to make them more effective in their mission. Now let us discuss all of these challenges in brief. So the first is the Naxalism. So this is the biggest internal security challenge that our country is facing from last many decades. And the Naxalism movement, it started in the Naxalbari village of West Bengal in 1967. So it was basically a mass movement of peasants against the atrocities of the landlord, and it was actively supported by the countries like China as well as Nepal. And as of 2019, the Naxalites, they were active across 220 districts of our country. And the main reason for the Naxalite movement gaining momentum was the government deficit in all the affected areas, poverty, unemployment, exploitation of poor by rich people, uneducated tribals. And the second major challenge is the low intensity conflicts, that is the proxy war, the cross border terrorism sponsored by Pakistan. Pakistan have openly stated their policy, that is to bleed India through 100 cuts. And the reason for sponsoring cross-border terrorism in India is that the ISI and the military of Pakistan, they want to justify their existence to the people of their country. And similarly, Jammu and Kashmir continues to be the national security challenge for India even after the abrogation of Article 370, because the J&K remains a potential platform for the jihadist, radical and politically disaffected sections of population, criminals and drug traffickers. Now the third major challenge that our country is facing today is the insurgency in the northeastern states. So the 7 states of northeast India, which are called as Seven Sisters, they were mainly inhabited by tribals, but when India incorporated these states into union, so there was widespread anger, opposition and reluctance to accept, because the division and the delineation of the boundaries were done randomly and their adequate interests were not taken into account. Similarly, the relevance was not given to ethnicity, which led to ethnic clashes. Now the states like Nagaland, they want complete independence from India, and states like Assam and Manipur, they want greater autonomy. And this region of northeast India is connected to mainland India only by a narrow strip of land known as Siliguri corridor. So because of which there is a difference in culture as well as tradition, and this region has remained least developed from last many decades. Now talking about the other challenges, first is the communal disharmony. So it also remained a major challenge for our country, especially in the last 5 to 6 years. Various incidents of violence have been reported across the length and the breadth of the country, and the trust level between communities are getting eroded day by day because of the self-centric interest. And most of the politicians use this unethical tool to divide the people, especially for their vote bank, to gain their own selfish interest. And we are also facing the threat of cyber warfare, especially from the countries like China. And fake currency always remained a thorn in India's economic system. And although there has been 29.7% decrease in circulation of fake currency over the last 1 year, however, at the same time, the number of fake 500 notes in India, they increased by 31% according to the latest report by RBI. Also facing the major challenge of criminal injustice and there have been cases of lawlessness in various parts of the country, human rights violations, and especially of the minor section of society like women and children. Then we have been affected by natural calamities and man-made disasters like tsunami, earthquakes, and floods, because of which we lost a number of lives. So let us discuss the last part of the video, that is how to counter the internal security challenges. So the very first is by bringing police reforms, because the Indian police forces, they are still governed under the Colonial Act of 1861, although the Police Model Act was passed in 2005. However, it has not been implemented yet, and there is need for state forces to make them more effective by providing better training, equipment, motivation. Also, there is a need for setting up of NCTC, that is the National Counter-Terrorism Center, which should act as an umbrella organization under which all the other organizations like NIA, GIC, NCREB and NSG will work, and the NCTC will be able to collect, collate and disseminate actionable intelligence, mobilize resources and also coordinate effective training. And there is need for bringing systematic reforms, especially to provide better governance to the people, and along with it, greater transparency and accountability should be there in all the public dealings. And finally, there is a need for ensuring better civil rights by the way of providing effective judiciary to safeguard their interest and dignity. And also, there is a need for proper implementation of legislation and laws like the Land Acquisition Act and the Domestic Violence Act. Most importantly, there is a need for building the national character. For example, by understanding the value of responsibilities by all citizens, especially by the eminent personalities of the society like politicians, media, judiciary and police. And these internal security challenges have been and will always remain part of our civilizations. And this menace can be tackled proactively through long-term planning, policy making, by making effective national internal security organization. Friends, this was all about the internal security challenges, and I have tried to keep this video as short as possible, and I hope this information will be beneficial for you. So till then, keep learning, keep supporting and keep watching. Thank you. Best of luck for your upcoming interview. Thank you and Jai Hind.